Hello, this is Ramona Depares. Welcome to SiGMA TV. Joining us today is Max Portelli, CFO of SOFt2BET. He will be sharing some insights about the world of finance within the iGaming industry. Max, welcome. Max, you are responsible for managing all the different regulatory requirements. What challenges does this bring?
Yes, correct. Definitely operating under different licensing regimes automatically brings along quite a good number of challenges. Typically, when a business decision is taken to apply for a new license, the first step that we do is to get a clear understanding of what are the regulatory requirements. Fast forward to once we obtain the license and we go live with the operations under that license, for the first months we tend to opt for assistance from local consultants in ensuring that, let's say, the compilation of the required numbers is done and is reviewed by the experts within the field in that particular jurisdiction. And following, we tend to take full ownership and control, and after the first few months we will start preparing and submitting the regulatory requirements entirely through our own people.
It sounds like quite a long process when you put it that way.
Yes, and it's quite challenging because every jurisdiction has its own requirements, although I must admit that there are certain similarities, but you need to make sure that we keep ourselves abreast with all the updates that are taking place in every jurisdiction where we are operating. Otherwise, needless to say, the repercussions will be quite damaging, unfortunately.
Of course, and we all know how fast-changing the landscape is, because that is another challenge. But to make life more complicated, you also have to deal with different teams across the world. Correct. So once again, have you had to make adjustments in your approach, or how do you deal with it?
Yes, that automatically brings along additional challenges. So how do we handle this additional challenge on the table? So since I've joined SOFt2BET, what I've started doing on a daily basis, if not on a daily, on a regular basis, we have daily sync-up calls. I stress the colleagues that the sync-up calls shouldn't last more than 10 minutes. What do these entail? Basically, we touch base on the priorities for the day and for the week, and also we update each other of what has been achieved from the previous day, and what is still pending within the preset deadline that we would have agreed beforehand. So like this, we are keeping each other up to date of what's happening, let's say, in the Malta office and also in the Cyprus office. Now, in 2021, given that the COVID situation is more under control, I started traveling and visiting the colleagues in the other offices, and this allowed us to sit down together and, let's say, to address matters that unfortunately could not be addressed remotely. So let's say that the situation 2021 versus 2020 is much better and more easy to handle now that traveling is once again open and there is the easiness to travel.
And of course, it is very nice to be able to have the occasional face-to-face interaction with the team. It makes all the difference. Definitely. But I can see that SOFt2BET places huge importance in its human resources and in professionalization. I know there are certain initiatives in place. Can you tell us about them?
Definitely. So for the past months, we have been working on recruiting professionals from the industry, and the way forward is that we want to start organizing internal training, to colleagues who may either be based in the Maltese office or in the other offices. And the main reason is to ensure that all the colleagues working within the finance department are up to date and fully aware of what are not just the financial reporting requirements, but even any regulatory requirements which directly or indirectly they may be contributing in producing reports or producing any clarifications. In this way, I believe that once again, even though there is the challenge of being based in different locations, through this training, we will let's say, mitigate this limitation?
It sounds like you have a challenging but very, very satisfactory role, Max.
Definitely.
Thank you for sharing those insights with us. We don't often get to get a behind-the-scenes look into the financial world. And thank you all for following SiGMA TV. Keep following our interviews and don't forget to leave your comments.